We would like to see most of the human race killed off because it is unworthy. It is unworthy of the gift of life.
I don't care what society thinks. They're nothing anyway. They're no better than me.
Until we hear the safe word, we will not stop.
Have you ever thought what it would be like to see a person's head amputated? Think of things so horrible that the human mind cannot imagine them. See all this and more when you see on stage, in person, that crazy mix-up.
I like being set apart from people. I like to be hated.
Safe Word with Jason Rouse. Well, think we shake hands on the show? Hey, this is Jason Rouse, and welcome to another episode of The Safe Word. We got a repeat offender.
Reoccurring offender.
Reoccurring offender. Sam Walker, probably one of the most requested guests on the show, and aloof.
Very, very aloof.
You can tell how aloof Sam is by how much he's on point with his social media.
Yeah, fruit aloof.
So what's happening? You're literally leaving in a matter of hours.
Yeah.
To go back to the motherland. Sorry, purgatory.
Yeah, the motherfucker land.
Yeah.
Man. It's bad, but it's all right, man. We'll be back in Texas.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, 3 weeks in Texas is like 6 months in Canada.
Yeah.
It really was. Like the amount of stage time we got, the people we met, the things we got to do. Whirlwind.
Yeah.
I'm glad I kept a journal on this. It's funny because I bring a travel journal so that I don't bring my regular one that I keep at home. Just
the other one is you building cases against your friends and family in detail.
That's what the notebook's for.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to keep track because things pass you by so quick. And I'm not a big picture guy. I'm more like I like not taking the picture, especially when you're with cool people and hanging out.
You're not much of a bragger.
Well, not to that extent. Like it's just like when you're with people having a nice time and you see something cool, it's just like I enjoy it for what it is. And so I miss out on a lot of really cool stuff because I'm not having the phone out and snapping. I'm enjoying it. And then so I can't keep like an active journal with just through my photos. Oh, just look where you're at, because sometimes I don't take a photo all day. And I do some really interesting things, meet some interesting people. And that's why I keep the journal. And it goes all the way back to when we first started touring back in 2018. Yeah. Because that was my travel journal that I'd bring on the road. And it just always happened to be when I'm touring with you.
Yeah, it got filled up.
Yeah. I went the distance with you. I think I'm your longest opener that you ever had.
You are our only person to complete the program. I can't. Like, I was so happy, but I was a little worried about Mexico City. But then when it got canceled, I was like, you are so lucky.
Oh, I know.
You're so lucky. I'm always looking for excuses to fire people. Not to say that we weren't going to be friends anymore, but I just wouldn't work with you anymore if you hadn't gone to Mexico.
Oh, likewise. And I fired you on a podcast earlier today, so it was really nice to be the one doing the firing this time.
But I was a victim of circumstance. I wasn't being fired from my actions directed towards you.
No, it was your complicity with Uncle Laser didn't help your case.
What's complicity?
You were in cahoots with him.
I was in cahoots with him?
Yeah, you fucking brought the guy up to Edmonton and we did shows.
Yeah.
Those are great shows and everything, but you guys tested my last nerve on my patience for traveling.
Yeah.
It was still fun, and we had... My face hurt from laughing, but I was like, when I dropped you off in Calgary after a 7.5 hour drive from Edmonton, I was like, that's it. These fucking guys are fired.
And it was Traffic. It had nothing to do with us.
It completely had to do with you. We had to stop in Red Deer so you could go get some of that sweet leaf that you like so much.
Yeah, I'm a drug addict, Sam.
I know. And we had to pull off the highway during Stampede Week in the dead of summer. And it was a traffic jam. By pulling in there, it added 2 hours to our trip.
I don't even remember having a drug stop.
I know.
So, why am I held responsible if I don't remember anything?
Well, exactly, and that's why Uncle Laser took the brunt of it. Check out his podcast; it was actually a good one. We did. Brett and I did it earlier today because Uncle Laser shit the bed, and all 3 Danger Cats were supposed to be on it, but Hack had to leave this morning. Yeah, the wee hours. So he got 2/3 of the Danger Cats, and we tag teamed him pretty good. But I like the guy. Yeah. Like he is genuine. He's a blowhard asshole.
Are you talking about Brett or?
I'm talking about both of them. They're both interchangeable. Only I may fuck with Brett.
I don't even know her real name.
Brent from New York?
Brenda. No, let's go back. Let's go back to 2.5 years ago. You are leaving Austin.
2.5 years ago. I'm leaving Austin and I'm going back to Canada. And
No. When you come out here to do the Canada Day show, you go home.
Yeah.
And then the harassing phone calls start from me. When are you coming back? What's going on?
Yeah.
And
I'd love to have answered those questions, but the answer is I was not allowed out of my country. When I got back to Canada in 21, they wanted me to do a 2-week quarantine, and if I didn't do that, I was subject to $7,000 fine, and then $750,000 fine if they caught me off of quarantine and whatnot. And I spent that. I didn't do the quarantine hotel, which was $3,000 for 2 nights, waiting for your negative test to clear after you'd already cleared a test just to fly in the first place. It was absolutely insane, but I spent that first night back in my own bed.
Yeah.
And I totally stuck to my principles. I didn't do any of the bullshit. But then things got worse. And by the end of 21, by October, I was no longer allowed to travel domestically.
Yeah.
By plane, train, or boat in my own country. Mm-hmm. And that was like a real big wake-up call is we needed to start doing things our own way because nobody cares. Nobody's ever cared. To quote the raging dissident Jeremy McKenzie. That's he's coined that phrase, and you have to just be a captain of your own ship, and you have been the captain of your own ship for a long time.
Yeah. Since since the beginning,
it is. Well,
I've had people get on board for rides here and there, but no one can handle the water.
No.
You handle the water.
I'm good at bailing it out, man.
But you came in at a good time. I didn't drink.
Yeah. And believe me, everybody that I met in Europe that had previously known him came up to me privately and said, "You're lucky he doesn't drink." And I said, I fucking know. I know, because it wouldn't have worked. Because I don't...
No.
There is some behavior that I can excuse, but you were just... it was too out of control. It wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, and...
We wouldn't have
had you, and if I had brought you in, I wouldn't have dragged you around like I've done with other people.
Yeah,
it would just. I knew that you were fine on your own.
Yeah,
and I could go out and terrorize the city.
And that was the thing, right? Is there was a certain amount of independence, and you knew I was going to be showing up on time the next day, no matter what kind of shenanigans. On time, my favorite.
I love it when you're on time. I love people on time.
Yeah. It's the number one secret to success is being on time.
What's the first word in show business? Show.
Yeah.
Show up.
Yeah.
And then you're obligated to approach the second half of that word, which is business.
Absolute stickler for that too, especially with the program we're running these days. Because we like getting in, seeing the lay of the land. It's nothing but an advantage to you. I don't see like these 2 other Danger Cats, Brett Forte and Uncle Hack. They seem to like traveling. They like sleeping in on travel day, and it's
Dumb
like
and Dumber.
What fucking else do you have going on other than the show? Like, look, I'm not a morning person. I hated fucking getting up early when I was working in the trades and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I did what I had to do. But now it's like if I have to get up early, it's exciting. It's like
Yeah.
it's for a fucking flight. It's for fucking I gotta
It's your day.
do a podcast. Like it's work, but it's the work you dream of. And we're all doing this full time now. Like this is the only thing we're doing to make money.
Yeah.
And we have the American visas now. So
That's great.
We can
2
go.
years from a visit. 2 years of grinding it out in Canada.
2.5 years,
Yeah.
and probably a little bit of change.
Uh-huh.
But we made the most of that time, and that was what got us to the dance out here.
Yeah.
Was we actually had receipts. They wanted to see the three of us ripping shows, and we actually had the gate of how many tickets we'd sold. Mm-hmm. And so it wasn't somebody like JFL or fucking CTV or CBC giving us
Or the Halifax Comedy Festival.
Hubcap. I remember the late great Andrew Albert went out to the fucking Hubcap Comedy Festival, landed there, and they put him in 2-week quarantine, and he did the fucking Hubcap Comedy Festival Zoom. And I'll never forgive those guys for that. Like, you guys are fucking losers.
Yeah.
Losers. And Andrew's no longer here. I miss that guy because he was one of my first friends that I made in comedy, like the first headline that I ever made it to. And then obviously you're my best guy in my comedy journey.
Yeah, for sure.
And nobody does that anymore. Like what you did for me, putting a young guy. I wasn't exactly young, but I was new, and showing me where I had to be and what I had to do, and then giving me the opportunity by bringing me across the country.
You were wired for it, as you realized as we started to move through it, that you just had to utilize those muscles for the first time, and now you have those reps.
Yeah, for sure. And even like traveling across Europe, like that was some of the greatest days of my life.
By people driving us that don't speak English. Isn't that wild? Yeah, my friend's picking you up, but he doesn't speak English. Didn't we make him laugh in the car?
Yeah. Yeah, when you rubbed that warm piss bottle on my neck. He thought that was hilarious.
You just look tense. I'm trying to help.
You know what? It did lighten the mood.
Yeah, sometimes you need to do something very jarring and obscene just to change the dynamic of the room. Even if people are screaming in anger, it will dissipate. Or should I say, pissipate.
Yeah, and we all are participating in this, in wanting to do the best show we possibly can, wherever we are. And even when we were doing a small workout room in some dingy bar in Copenhagen where there's 30 people and rocking a set from across the world. That's how I knew that I was
international.
I was going to do something with this.
Yeah.
Because my jokes weren't like local oriented. Oh, you got to be Canadian to understand it. It was like it had an international appeal.
That's one thing I observed from watching your show. I goes, is this shit going to travel? And as I watched it, it was so in your. It was all you. And it wasn't regional, and it wasn't Canadian. It was funny.
And that was 2019. And then we were the run-up.
A lot's happened.
Oh, man. 2020 was an incredible time.
Yeah.
Because one of your big things that you told me when I first met you in February of 2018.
Condoms.
No. Yes. Hey, and I made it through the fucking Texas tour without fucking a comedian.
Good for you.
Thank you.
That's big.
Yeah, it was.
Because that will bring the whole house down.
Oh, man. I know. And
there's nothing the fuck. I know that you probably eyeballed a couple of them and you were like, listen, man. Stop
maybe one or two.
Yeah. There's a couple of girls who maybe had.
Well, I know, but then it's such a slippery slope.
I know. Next thing you know, you're in a slippery slope. And your pants stink of tuna juice and you got a sty. So that's how that goes.
Yeah, it is. So I stayed out of there. But in 2018, the advice that you gave me is like, you're going to have to, you're way behind. You told me you're like 10 years behind. And the only way to catch up is to get on Kill Tony.
Yeah.
and you were living in LA at the time, and you're like, you got to come down and do Kill Tony. But I was just never feeling it. Like, there was, first off, it's like traveling down to LA. That didn't have any appeal to me.
No, for you would ever. Most people say, "I'm gonna go to Hollywood." You were just like, "Fuck them."
Yeah,
you
and
were
like
not interested in getting raped.
Well, and I had bookings up in Canada,
Yeah.
and we were doing all right as far as touring. Like I was making headway, but
wasn't it weird how weeks, months later, all of a sudden they're performing?
so yeah, and then Kill Tony comes to Calgary in January of 2020, and
I said, "Go."
I didn't even tell you about it until afterwards because Brian Redband took the picture of me on stage because
While you were performing, I goes, "Do you know this guy?" And I'm like,
I dropped your name on stage after I got pulled from the bucket.
Yeah.
So that's how I know it's legit, is because I just knew I was getting on that night.
Yeah.
I knew I was getting on. I showed up there and had the set of my life up to that point. And I came in ready to tip over tables because from what you'd shown of me of Kill Tony, it was just brutal. Like these people were coming on and
stinking it out.
yeah, but the panel was a firing squad, very confrontational, and it was just like shooting down people's dreams. And I'm like, well, if they're gonna shoot down my dreams, I'll just, like, give me one fucking shot. So I came in pretty hostile, but it went so well that it didn't really end up. Like I roasted Jeremiah Wonders.
Beans or whatever. It is
Yeah, I called him,
What does that mean?
I called him Beans, the musical fruit, because he's a talented musician
Yeah.
and a great performer. And,
for-
him and Joel would, the drummer, would get into costume at the time and would really add to the show. And they were making fun of me.
Yeah, you're surrounded, literally.
I was surrounded, and he made a jibe about something, and I said, "Get a load of beans over here, the musical fruit," and it crushed. They loved it, and I got to open for Tony the next night.
Didn't you do something at the Orpheum?
Yeah, that was in February. They were because those guys were rocking. They were on a world tour. They were taking Kill Tony around the world.
Yeah,
and
those days are done.
Well,
No more road.
No,
Kill Tonys ever.
absolutely not. Yeah, and so it was 1,300 sold out at the Vogue Theater in Granville Street, Vancouver, and I got
Beautiful room.
I got on that, and then it's actually probably the largest crowd I've ever performed in front of, and you only get a minute on Kill Tony. Pardon me, but I crushed, and then I had a really great interview, and it was like a 10-minute segment. And then we were hanging out at the JFL Northwest after party, you know, getting to meet, like you're hanging out with Bill Burr and stuff like that. It was really cool. And then I had an album recording February 28th of February. And I recorded an album, sold out my home club of Calgary Yuck Yucks at the Elbow River Casino. And then Brett and I had a roast battle. And I ended up spitting in his face on stage. I wanted to disrespect him as much as I felt he had disrespected me in the roast battle annals of our
mother in front of his dad.
No,
no,
his dad would crush you, man. He's fucking
hey, give it a chance.
Look, I get beat up by his dad any number of ways, and it'd be worth it. But I spit in his face, and then 2 days later, the world went into lockdown. That's how we went out fighting during 2020.
And it was great
Went
because
down
that
swinging.
picture was people were wearing masks and
No. This is before any of that, like before lockdown.
Yeah,
Like-
but the fact that you spit on somebody when people are trying to keep spitting.
Well, that was how much I didn't give a fuck about what was going on in the news, and it wouldn't have been funny to do it before, and it wouldn't have been as funny to do it after. It was only funny in that moment.
Yeah.
And that was the beauty of, like, that's how fucking staunch we were in our comedy. We're like, I don't give a fuck if they're shutting down the world over this bullshit. I'm spitting in this motherfucker's face. And then a bunch of stuff. Brett got canceled for a joke he told, got 1,000 death threats. But we were in lockdown, so it didn't matter. He just laid low for a few months. And then I went on the Uncle Hack podcast because you told me we need to get together. You had done a podcast with him.
Yes, and after spending time with them, I'm like, I know who your other guys are.
Yeah.
But it was funny when I'd brought him up and I mentioned this to him on the podcast.
Yeah.
You were like scoffed at this YouTube guy who had no stand-up experience. Yet he in turn became a great ally in your trio.
Well, he was fucking. He was my opponent for the night, and I took it. It wasn't a roast off. It was Brett was hanging with some guy. I can't remember his name. Who cares? But they'd each pick a comedian, and they go head to head, and then whoever's comedian lost, Brett or the other guy would have to do a silly stunt, and that was like the basis for their little podcast they had for a while.
Yeah, it was called Kenny versus Spenny. How original.
So, yeah, that was the first time I met Hack. And then we did a podcast a number of months into lockdown. Like, there's no shows going on.
Yeah.
So I went up to Edmonton just to do his podcast and meet him, like actually sit down, meet him face to face. And we had a really good time. And it just, a bond developed. And that's, once again, the devil's jester lining up the pieces.
I go, look at the only way you guys are going to survive this is to form an alliance together. And it turned out it was profitable, and you're still together.
Yeah, and there's no slowing down. We're like reaching new heights,
Yeah.
and I gotta give it to you. Like, you're an unsung hero of comedy. Like, people in the know, but your average mainstream people would abhor you and don't know like what you've done for comedy. The last two major Kill Tony stars, fucking Aaron Belial and Jared Nathan.
Yeah.
Those are your hand-picked guys that you took from obscurity out of Canada.
It was supposed to be Ben Bankus and Kyle Lucy, but they shit the bed, so I
Who?
replaced them. Exactly.
Who? I don't remember those guys. Oh, I remember Ben, but the other guy,
Yeah.
yeah, I can't remember him.
They could have had all that glory
He's
too,
disappeared.
but I decided to place them with two half humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
They're absolutely crushing out there. They're doing comedy.
Aaron gets here Saturday.
Oh wow.
He's here to do the show. I can't announce the guest, but yeah, I can't say that.
That's all right. Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. So you arrive in Austin, and you have a series of gigs. You played Plano, Dallas.
Yeah.
Did you do something in Dallas?
So Dallas is like basically Plano. Like,
Yeah.
Plano's like just a city connected.
Oh,
to
Plano's
Dallas.
north of Dallas.
Yeah.
I remember. It was
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
half hour north of Dallas or something.
Yeah, like Dallas is about, I don't know, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Maybe an
Is it
hour.
nice?
The way
Did
that
you get
people.
a chance to take a look?
So, did you know that RoboCop was filmed there in 1987? They substituted Dallas for Detroit. They just filmed the.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they filmed some RoboCop in Hamilton
Yeah, of course they would.
in the industrial area.
Because it was Canadian content.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Was there a RoboCop series?
Yeah, and it sucked.
Yeah, that's
well,
what it
you know
was.
what? I won't say it sucked, but it's like when you're going from fucking Clarence Boddicker and fucking Kane, give me the nuke.
Yeah.
And the violence,
that's-
fucking RoboCop 1 and 2,
They
probably
got
a couple of
those
the.
guns and they're shooting the cars.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm wearing the fucking guy's jacket.
Yeah.
Emil is his name.
Great.
the character in the movie. He was actually the actor
Dad
that
from
did
the
that.
70s show.
That was Clarence Boddicker.
He was great in
He
it.
was my favorite villain. I fucking like RoboCop. I like the villains in RoboCop
Yep.
as much as I like RoboCop.
They're almost like the villains in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
You call this a glitch?
Yeah. I'll buy that for $1.
Yeah, it still stands the test of time too. I watch it on a
Even when the
fairly
robot
regular
falls basis.
basis.
down the stairs with the
Ed-
stop animation.
Yeah,
stuff.
Ed 209, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking so good.
No, it's good. The second one, the remake didn't really.
No, the second one wasn't Paul Verhoeven, but it was equally good and very dark and dangerous. You're thinking of number 3. They made it PG-13.
Thing they did that with Spawn too. And
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
can't.
fuck it.
Spawn, come on, he's fucking from the devil.
I know. Let it rip.
Rated R all the way.
Oh, look. I think isn't Deadpool rated R?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they're doing that. I don't pay a lot of attention to
Comic books?
Yeah, popular stuff.
Yeah.
I'll watch the odd thing, but I basically don't support anything modern that's being made is pretty much trash.
Yeah.
Like there's really not a lot of good movies being made. The last really good thing that I saw in theater was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah. Great. I went to some of those locations in
2019.
LA. I went to Manson's house and the movie Manson house.
Wow.
And yeah, it was great. Tarantino's got 1 or 2 more movies.
Yeah, he's got one more.
More.
He's filming it right now. It might even be about wrapped. It's called, I believe, The Movie Critic, and it's set in the 70s, LA in the 70s.
Well, I don't mean to brag, but you know they're doing a Gigi Allen biopic.
No.
Yes.
Who the fuck are they getting? Ed Sheeran. Shave Ed Sheeran's head, tat him up.
I'm early in the stages of potentially playing Gigi Allen in a movie about Gigi Allen.
He didn't make it to past fucking 30.
Yeah.
What are you going to play his ghost?
No, I'll be fat. I'll be fat, Gigi.
You are fucking shitting and pissing everywhere like Gigi Allen.
This is a family show. Yeah, I've been log fathering
Yeah.
forever.
You are the log father, but yeah, Gigi Allen's been dead since what, 93?
Yeah, they're doing a documentary about his life.
I can see that.
And I want to play Gigi Allen in it. So I'm going to have to knock my front teeth out and put
Oh, my
on 60
God.
pounds. And just herbal laxatives and oat bran. Hey, look, we don't talk for 6 months. And then I invite you to the red carpet premiere.
I'll be honored.
You wouldn't want to be around me because I'll have to drink again.
Ugh.
Hey, just don't look at it as Jason got out of comedy for half a year to do a great movie.
That would be a great movie.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, and the more, because you remember the video of me on that Swedish television show crawling through the audience naked.
Yes, when you came out Buffalo Bill style and then stepped off the steps and let your wang hang out. Yeah.
I wish it was hanging.
Yeah, I know. It was Roman statue.
It was a balloon knot turned inside out.
And then the best part is this fucking guy goes out naked, but he's still wearing his fucking socks.
I forgot.
You fucking weren't fully naked.
And
for
the
one.
worst part was the
The
sweat.
wooden chairs too.
And my hands were slipping. Every time I stepped on someone's chair and my dick would swing over the top of their head, my feet would go, It's on YouTube. I don't know how it is on YouTube. Full nudity.
Because it's comedy. Like,
Really? It's cock.
this won't scare the children.
If I was
if it was an erection, yeah.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
thinks that we're making this shit up, but you can watch it. If you just type in Jason Rouse naked on YouTube,
Yeah,
you
in
can see
in a
the
theater
clip.
in
So,
Scandinavia.
let's get back to Austin. So you get off the plane, Toronto John's house, and
No, I was staying with a friend from like.
oh, you're not at the house.
No.
Oh,
No.
You
I'm
got
not-
a friend in town?
Yeah.
A guy?
Yeah. So I was staying at that guy's place.
Yeah.
And it's just been nice. Like,
Great.
really low key. I won't mention his name because he's a bit of a private guy.
Yeah.
And likes to keep it on the down low.
For sure.
So we kind of have a secret lair where we've been hanging out.
Excellent.
Just a little bit outside of downtown there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been close enough that we can rip around and have a good time.
Yeah.
Coming and going late nights, man. It's been
I know you guys are like, I'm checking. I go up. You last logged in 3 a.m.
yeah, man.
What are
And-
you guys doing after bar closes? Just wandering the streets?
No, so it's like you finish the show, and some of these shows go to 1:30.
Yeah.
and then it's basically 2 by the time you're
Snooze for a half hour.
you're
bed
on.
at 3.
No, when you're on your way home by like 2:00, and then it's like we need to fucking get something to eat, and so
Burgers. Burger buddies. You got midnight snackers.
if they're still open, we may catch a burger at Casino El Camino.
You've been busted. Hacks hung you out to dry 6 times. You got a burger like this, and he's sending me pictures of you. We just ended up here, but they're really good burgers. We're just gonna leave show business for an hour.
We love the burgers.
We really like the burgers. Everybody likes the burgers.
Hey, there's 3 of us. We could start a pyramid.
Yeah. Go on, guys. Enjoy your burgers. We'll be over here in show business. Yeah, it was pretty wild. But it is close. It's across the street. We're talking to
It's the
Casino
best.
El Camino.
Yeah, it's the best. It's one of the best burgers I've ever had in my entire
Great
life.
bar.
Consistently. Yeah, it is.
They play my movie in there all the time.
Right on.
Yeah, a friend of mine messaged me and go, they're watching Spare Parts in the bar.
Fucking A. So we do a lot of taco stands because they're numerous, they're open late, and they're busy.
For $7, you got a pile of
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, and so we do that, and then we go back to the lair, and then we debrief. And I don't mean that in taking each other's panties off and sucking each other off. It's like
Who gets sucked off in panties?
the danger cats. We go through the notes and footage and everything, and the boys start uploading whatever they shot tonight.
Yeah.
Start getting like a rough cut for the morning, and then sometimes there's like a clip, like a midnight clip, just goes out.
Yeah.
And then we figure out, okay, what do we got going tomorrow? Uncle Laser's podcast. We'll make sure we're back from Plano, Texas early to be on it.
We'll rush.
Yeah.
Let's rush because we don't want to be late.
Yeah. But yeah, you just figure out what you got going on the next day, and it's either a podcast or numerous spots. And I got to say, the Austin comedy scene has been incredibly welcoming. People are running excellent shows and numerous shows all over town. We've been mostly hanging on 6th Street, but we did East Austin Comedy Club, Roscoe's.
Roscoe's is nice.
Yeah, I really liked it.
I really like Roscoe's too.
Yeah, it was.
It's off 6th Street and it's nice. It's what would you call it? Black Box Theater?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I guess it is off of 6th, but way down though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, these were like.
I mean, off of 6th, I mean away from downtown.
Yeah.
Enough. When that highway bridge splits that part of the city,
Yeah.
that's a different vibe over there.
most
Cesar Chavez.
most certainly, yes. And but we got to meet like a ton of very talented people out here.
6 of them.
Well, there's a lot of hopeful young people that are really going for it, and if they fly straight and they maintain their discipline, they will succeed. Because this is the comedy mecca of the world right now. It is the #1 place to do stand-up comedy, and just because you're here doesn't make you an amazing comedian, but the opportunity is there. And there's a lot of really good producers out there that are grinding it out, like doing weekly fucking shows.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people understand just how much of a grind a weekly show is. Like, up in Canada, we only run once a month, the
Yeah.
Danger Room, because we don't want to blow out the audience.
Yeah, and half of those are repeat customers, and they're supporting, and you don't want to let them down.
Well, yeah, it's got to be something fresh, and you just don't want to like saturate the market.
Sure.
But here there is an appetite enough for it. Like, you're always competing because there's so many venues. You're competing for those dollars, but people are really giving it. And I've done a numerous podcasts out here. I had a great time. I did Hump Days. I did
Yeah, you did.
Audrey's.
Yeah,
Little
and-
Audrey's sadistic bitch. This chick is like 24 years old and just a fucking nightmare. I love it.
Yeah.
She's doing a lot.
Yeah.
And she's a lot of fun.
She's great.
She's funny.
She's one of the few people I like in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah. And then there was the Kill Tony gauntlet. Holy shit.
Did you sign up every week
I
for that?
signed up every
Yeah.
fucking week for that.
Now-
and I stood in the mix with the fucking like
Explain the
in the
mix.
pen. So
100, 200.
yeah, it's probably like 150 people in Shakespeare's bar, and you line up at about, I think,
Losers.
7. The doors open, and then all these hayseeds from Kansas and you name it, weirdos and fucking guys carrying their dogs,
Wheelchairs,
yeah,
drug addicts.
they all
thugs,
you
patients.
sign up, and then the cutoff is whatever before 8, and then
And Audrey runs a mic during the whole thing.
no she fucking starts it off.
Yeah.
Like once the show starts, that's when the open mic starts, and Audrey runs it, and you can sign up. And so it's like you're sitting there waiting for the bucket pull because they get this producer, Colt Daddy. I met him. He's a good young man, and seen him around, and he comes running through, and he announces the name on the microphone, elbows whoever's on stage out of the way, announces the name. So everybody's just like basically waiting for that. But in the meantime, Audrey's got these fucking practice 1 minute sets going on, and it's
People
for
are talking,
fucking
the TVs
everybody.
are on. It's
nobody
a
gives a fuck.
disaster.
It's the most nightmare comedy scenario you could ever have.
And then you go into the mothership, which is the perfect storm. So you're going from like House of a Thousand
Corpses.
What was that house with the 12 ghosts?
I'm not sure.
These analogies are awful. It's not good. It's not good. It's like
it is. The funny thing is there's people that legitimately think that all I need, man, is to get 1 minute on Kill Tony and I'll be a millionaire comedian for the rest of my life. And it's like, no, you need to be like a good comedian
for a few years
and then get on Kill Tony.
Yeah.
That's what'll fucking get you over with the audience. And then there might be some worth to it other than, I did a minute on Kill Tony. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. Nobody ever cared. And so you're sitting with these starstruck dreamers, and I'm dreaming because I just want 1 more minute on that show just to prove like I still got it and I got the jam, and I want to give that show the best segment they can, and the interview is the X factor because you never know how they're going to come at you, and I'd like to pleasantly surprise them, and plus get to fucking perform at the mothership. In the
you
Fat
did
Man.
perform at the mothership.
I did. I got to perform on the open the open mic and the Little Boy.
It's a friends and family thing. Like, can anyone sign up for that?
Anybody can sign up.
Yeah,
but it's like a regular audience gets pushed in.
Yeah,
it's a sold out show.
Beautiful room.
It is.
The club's gorgeous.
It's
a yacht.
Yeah, and the crispness of the mic. I've never heard the sound so good. Beautiful.
When I do my fist
acoustics.
fucking joke on that, see, it's wet.
Yeah,
it is wet. It is wet. People do not like that the sound sounds so good when I'm on there. Yeah, there's a lot of no.
It was so there was many things, but I was relentless in trying to get on Kill Tony. I also got up on the Secret show every week that I was out here.
Yeah.
Brian Redband put me up, man, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart because I had some great sets on there. And it's Sunset Strip.
Did they put you on the very end every time? Did you get my old spot?
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you go on at the end every time?
Not every time.
Okay.
Yeah, but like near the end, which is I quite enjoy it because it is a longer show. But if you can crack that audience that's been there for a while, it's the Brian Holtzman spot as well. You and Brian.
Before Brian, it spawned from Sam Kinison. His birthday's this week, by the way.
Wow, how old would he have been?
I think 65 or something.
Too bad a headliner spot opened up.
Yeah, I know, it's weird. So the rule of thumb is don't get sober and you'll live forever.
He blew it.
He hit by a drunk driver.
He died in the head on. He was probably making a bullshit lane change or something like that.
Maybe he dropped his toenail clippers. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who do you think? No, we won't even go in that road. Like, you just informed me a mutual friend of ours attempted suicide.
Attempted suicide. Yeah, it's really sad.
Suicide last month. I predict there'll be at least 3 suicides a year.
Well, no,
plus 5 attempts.
'Tis the season.
Oh, it is the holidays, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know.
Christmas in Austin. I fucking saw Santa riding down the street on a jackass.
I took a picture, yeah. And the fucknuts has got a QR code so that you can take a picture while his horse has a shit and he has a candy cane.
How nice.
Yeah. No, it's fun city. Would you considering being this the home base? Is there where would you, if you had one city to pick to live in the U.S.? Now, clearly you haven't really seen a lot of it, but would this be the spot? Or Vegas? Or Florida?
I don't know. I haven't done a show in Florida yet, and all options are open. We got some big shows coming up in Canada, and so we want to be constantly hopping back and forth across that border.
Yeah. Every 4 months is what you said?
I think for Texas, is to just start making inroads and whatnot, because there's so many beautiful places out here, and
It's a gorgeous city.
I've been coming through here on my high horse, looking down on a lot of these Austin comedians because of
As you should.
their complacency in this environment
I know.
of opportunity is actually quite disgusting.
Yeah.
Is people not taking it seriously?
It's the entitlement. It's the American way, though.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's it. As a Canadian and coming through here, like, you guys don't know how good you have it.
Yeah.
You really don't. And if you're taking my comments on you personally, good. Because I just want to be on the best show. And I don't need to be the funniest guy on the show. I just want everybody on the show to be good.
Run with the wolves.
Yeah, be funny. That's
Yeah.
the first rule of comedy. Be funny.
Yeah.
Have fun. And
Yeah.
a lot of these guys aren't having fun.
No,
That's
because-
that's another actual detail, is they're not having fun.
No, they
They're
think
not
that
enjoying
they just
it.
hang around enough that they're going to get opportunities. But it
Yeah.
has nothing to do with their talents.
And
There's very little talent.
Winds up late nights, and so we've had really late nights, but we haven't been drinking. Like,
Yeah.
I'm bagged right now.
Yeah, no.
I'm tired.
Yeah, no, you're ready to go home. It's perfect timing.
Yeah, and I got a corporate out in the barren wastelands.
Next week?
No, Saturday night. So get home Thursday, Friday, drive up to Edmonton, hang out with Hack, and then Saturday we go rock our Christmas corporates.
I don't really get called for those. I've never done a Christmas corporate.
Sunday's not, or
Christmas.
December's not really a busy month for comedy anyway.
No, it's also it's my birthday in a matter of weeks.
Yeah. Holy shit! Another one.
63.
A fucking another one.
Yeah, like 25 days, I'll be turning 52.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. Fucking.
I just went for a BMX ride today and jumped over a side of a car.
Holy shit! you and Big Dave Nystrom.
Oh yeah, it was old
Yeah.
Dave.
Well, he's fucking going to be headlining the Danger Room on New Year's Day in
Excellent.
Calgary. Yeah.
Dave Nystrom was one of the first comedians that I seen in Vancouver.
Yeah.
He would park cars at the casino,
Yeah.
and then run back over into the club with his valet stuff on and do shows. I did a pilot with him when I'd first moved to L.A. I played. I was Buffalo Bill and they were doing. It was a bunch of, I think it was comedians in prison or something like that, and they do a cell pan, and some guys are doing miscellaneous stuff, and then they go me and I got a full tug. Oh. Yeah, Dave Nystrom is fucking nice.
Yeah.
He's like the guy.
He is.
He's been doing comedy for like 30 years.
Yeah, and he's one of those guys that I like him, I admire him, and he's a solid man,
Solid dude.
and so I'd like to. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun New Year's.
It's gonna be great. Is he living in Alberta? Because he was a Vancouver guy.
Yeah,
and then moved
he's
to LA.
he's been all over. Fucking guy's got like
Kids.
4 kids, I think.
It's wild, and he's
Boys?
happy all the time.
Yeah.
He's doing it right. Lovely wife, 4 kids,
Yeah.
chasing his dreams. Come out of nothing into Vancouver, moved to LA.
Yeah, and he's been a writer and stuff like that. So there's still people like I hang out with in comedy,
Sure.
but for the most part, we just we're so in our own lane and focused.
But you dug it. There
Yeah.
was no lane there. You guys dug a trench
Yeah.
and just kept moving it along to the border.
Well, I got to say, there's a lot of people that could have got on board with us and helped us out, and they left us high and dry. And after this,
Your own town.
yeah, our own country as well.
You're, in fact, you're not even allowed into your local comedy club.
I'm not. I still have a lifetime ban. The funny thing is the old owner that despised me at the Calgary club. It's now sold.
Ah,
So it's a
that's why there's no condo anymore.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, the condo's gone.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
That's a damn shame.
yeah.
They're going to have to figure something out. But
Bullshit.
won't affect me because I never do the fucking club.
Mm-hmm.
But now that it's a new owner, it doesn't matter because I now got a lifetime ban from the casino.
How did they get involved with it?
Brett.
I had
Fucking Brett.
I had 15 police officers in there before my show started. Were you? No, you weren't around.
No, I wasn't there. That was when I drove you and Uncle Laser from Edmonton in a
That's right.
in a sprightly 7.5
And
hours.
the gang squad came and kicked out my pals. It was wild. It was wild. I got a private show for these guys. Fuck, what a mess. I couldn't believe. I'm walking upstairs. It's just cops, cop, all the way in. Good times.
Heavily armed, yeah. Anyway, I forgot where we were before.
You guys digging your own path through Alberta
Well,
and beyond.
yeah, just
You had no help.
we had plenty of help. We had plenty of help. You helped us out.
No, but I mean, the comedy community in Canada really didn't.
Yes, we
Open
had. We completely had to go our own way
Yeah.
in that, but that's fine. Like it made us better producers, better performers, and now we know how to run a show.
Yep.
And now that we're figuring out how to break into markets, you got to fucking go there. Like none of this what's about to happen would have happened if we hadn't have come down to Austin. And so this has been one of the greatest 3 weeks of my life, and I really want to thank the Austin comedy community for what you've built here and letting me participate, because it took us to a next level.
Yeah.
And when we come back, I just want to fucking rock shows, man. Make
Yeah.
people laugh, because laughter is the best medicine.
Yeah.
It really is.
Now we're going to be into some theaters very soon.
Well, my Christmas wish list is fucking Skankfest 2024.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, I know you are.
Working.
And that's why you're not completely fired.
I got. Don't worry. You guys are going to be fine.
Yeah.
Daddy's got it.
All right.
Daddy's got it.
Well, we'll take it. We just always take it a day at a time, anyway.
Uh-huh.
And every show is the last show, so we will continue to just keep rocking it out. And I don't know when this is going to come to air, but what is today? December 7th.
Is it already? Yeah, it is.
December
Sixth.
7th.
Sixth. December 6th today.
I'm out of here in a few hours, and I'll be back in Canada. And watch out for us, because we're going cross country. I'm going to places I've never been before, the East Coast.
Yeah.
And
You're going to have a great time.
Yeah.
Nicest people. Maritimers.
we'll see.
A lot of cousin fucking, alcoholism. You're going to love it.
Yeah,
It's your audience, just with eyes closer together.
it is, and
You've never been to Halifax?
we'll go beyond. No, man, I haven't.
John?
I haven't been past Ottawa.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, you're going to love it. Ottawa's dog shit.
it is.
It's absolute dog shit.
I call it Rottawa now.
Ottawa, I like
Yeah,
that.
fuck that place, man.
It's not cool. Montreal's fantastic,
Shithole.
but until they get a comedy club.
We are going to be in Ottawa later this year. So I'll see all my Rottawa fans. soon
Ottawa.
enough.
And you'll make an appearance back here in, what, April?
Yeah, if I had to look into a crystal ball,
Yeah.
that would probably be a safe bet, because we got so much going on. But next time we come down here, we really want to give people a heads up so that we can really hammer out some shows.
Sure.
And we managed to pull 100 people in Plano, Texas.
Yeah.
They put out the email blast, and it really came together. And I know we made some new fans.
Good.
We're up in the ante, man.
I love it.
Every time.
I love it. And look, if anything, the weather's been outstanding here. There's snow in your hometown right
You know what? I got a picture of my vehicle today. No snow.
now. Okay.
Yeah, we still don't have any snow.
Is the picture of your vehicle from your surveillance camera in your house?
No, I got somebody looking after my
Oh,
plants.
okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought you would check in on your phone to see if anyone's fucking with your truck.
Yeah, shout out to Lex Daddy. I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you for keeping my plants. Unless they're fucking dead, then you get fuck all. I'll still take you out for wings.
You got a guy watering your plants?
Yeah.
What kind of plants you got?
I got one of those golden pothos, like they're like a vine, keeps growing, big leafy greens on them. And then I got like I guess a spider plant. It's doing really well. And then I got like a little tree.
Okay.
And it's sprouting. They're all been doing really good. And I've had them for like multiple years.
I had 2 papaya plants and they jumped off my balcony. They committed suicide.
Oh,
I tried to keep them going, but they just didn't. I wanted to get them fruited, but nothing.
you know, there's just something I like. I like these guys, these plants.
I like plants,
They
but
said-
I'm away
they
for
said-
months.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, can you come in and take care of my plant? No one's allowed in.
It used to be my when I'd be on the road, I'd have somebody special in my life that would do it for me, and now it's my buds.
Yeah, now some guy who left
Some
piss
guy.
on the toilet seat when he watered your plants. Whistle pig. He was supposed to drop some maple syrup off for you guys.
God. But no, I got good people in my life. There's not a lot, but they're all solid, and we're meeting some incredible people here.
Yeah,
Lifetime friends.
on our next podcast, you can talk about what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
And
I just want to put a guy's name out there. Maverick McWilliams. I don't even know your name, Daddy, but yeah, Maverick. He's a young guy on the scene. Been doing comedy for almost 10 years. So a bit of a seasoned vet, but as he gets older, he will get funnier. We just shot some content with him yesterday, and I wanted you to just keep an eye out for him.
oh, when I see him, I'm totally going to ignore him.
Good. Yeah. No, he'll love it, man. He was one of my top picks for Austin.
Okay.
For the guys that I saw out there, it was like, this guy is he's got it going on, man. I like what
Yeah,
he's
out
doing.
of every 50 local comedians, there's a gem in there.
Yeah. And out of my fat gay guys, I'm going to say Scotty Fillmore is my new favorite pick for the fat gay guy of Austin. Yeah, he's styling and profiling. Like,
Okay.
he put some effort into his stage outfits the last few times
All right.
I've seen him.
Favorite black, favorite Latino. Oh, let's go through it.
Yeah. My favorite woman would probably be Leonardo Joni.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now there's some very talented women out there, but she's a funny lady.
She's
I
awesome.
really liked her, and
I'm a fan.
Yeah, she put me on her show.
Yeah.
and she did our show. She did our debut Texas
I told
Danger Room at the Sunset Strip.
Hack, I said, this lady would compliment what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
And she was always asking about you guys too. Not always, but she'd go, "Where's your fucking friends?" So that's where you. Where she's from. She's a hard talker.
Yeah, and then there was
I love
also a couple of producers, Allison Vojtovich of Litty Titty Comedy.
Yeah.
at the Creek and Cave. The Gong Show was fucking amazing. Thank you for that. And Little Destiny Lalaine and her wine cellar show.
Nice.
Thanks for letting me creep out that audience.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful time. But there was many more shows that we hope to get on next time we're through. And keep in touch with us. And
July 1st,
hopefully-
Canada Day show here in Austin.
We shall see. That's too far into the future.
I know. The fact that you've made plans around the spring is mind-blowing to me. One day at a time, man. Click.
We got to book flights now. That's the scary
Yeah.
part. Is I got probably fucking a $3,000 flight bill that I'm gonna have to pay for coming up, because this stuff isn't easy. Like, I understand why people don't do it. It is
$5,000 a week.
It's daunting and scary.
It's $5,000 at least Canadian a week to stay here. And you guys are fortunate enough, or some of you are, to have a free place to stay.
Yeah. Well, we got people that care about us,
Yeah.
and we really thank you for all your support, because you got us to the dance.
I knew there was a dance.
Yeah.
I knew there was a dance, and I'm like, I know some guys that like to fuck. Let's get them to the dance.
We brought our dancing shoes.
I won't keep you anymore. I know you're exhausted. I appreciate you doing this the second time because fucking old Butterfingers McChicken Fingers
Oh yeah,
didn't plug in the audio, and you were on a totally different vibe. With
The producer,
Yeah.
I was. I might have been a bit high strung with
Yeah.
people being late.
no chit chat. Let's get right to the pod. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
I think he unplugged the audio in person because he didn't want to have that fire on the internet.
Oh God, I can't even remember what he did.
No one does. You're just infuriated. Thanks for
I was
being on the
furious.
show. Where can people find you?
You could find me at Sam Walker Live and Danger Cats Comedy.
Yeah.
Check us all out there and see up the road.
Cool. And you can catch me in Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton. I think there's something in Thunder Bay. And then I'm headlining Toronto Yuck Yucks the first week of May. Then I'll be back here for 2 weeks. And then I'll start my Scandinavian tour June. And then be back here for July for the Canada Day show. And then I'm going to try and escape Texas in August. I don't know where I'm going to go, but I don't want to be around for 120 weather. Were you here in the hot summertime?
Yeah. In 21, we were here in the summer.
What month was that?
June and July.
Okay,
End
so
of
yeah,
June.
yeah.
July. Yeah.
It's fucking hot.
Hot as balls, man.
It's fucking hot, and you will not wear shorts.
Not on stage.
Have you ever worn shorts?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they're so short they're considered vulgar.
Oh, it's like the
Yeah,
Lemmy
one
cuts.
of them. Yeah.
Where the pockets hang out the bottom like rabbit's ears.
Yeah, and the balls. Yeah.
The balls, those aren't pockets. When have you ever seen pink pockets
Yeah.
with squirrel hair on it?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, on that note, go to jasonrouse.com, Instagram, all that shit, and high five, everybody. We did it. We got one in the can. Fired.
Fucking fired again? No.
We would like to see most of the human race killed off because it is unworthy. It is unworthy of the gift of life.
I don't care what society thinks. They're nothing anyway. They're no better than me.
Until we hear the safe word, we will not stop.
Have you ever thought what it would be like to see a person's head amputated? Think of things so horrible that the human mind cannot imagine them. See all this and more when you see on stage, in person, that crazy mix-up.
I like being set apart from people. I like to be hated.
Safe Word with Jason Rouse.